All right, everybody, welcome back to the Backseat Huddle podcast, episode 54. I'm going to end this with the Jags versus the Colts. Anthony Richardson wasn't impressive in his first game. They babied him. I understand he's a rookie quarterback in his first start, but he didn't do anything above or beyond what he should be expected to do, especially in the second half. I'm not saying this was a bad start for Anthony Richardson because it wasn't, but it wasn't a good start either. If you go back and watch this game, you can see that he struggled with any pass that was like 7 yards or more down the field. The Colts didn't ask for Anthony Richardson to do anything besides not fuck it up, which for the most part, he didn't fuck it up. So good on him for that. But that's a low ass benchmark for a quarterback that got picked 4th overall. He averaged 9 yards per completion. Then if you take out the 30-yard screen pass touchdown he threw, his stat line was 23 completions for 193 yards. That is not great. It was a lot of RPOs, screens, boots, rollouts, and the like. Look, the offensive line protected Richardson well. And when they didn't protect him well, he didn't force anything. You know, he only made one major mistake, but he didn't really do anything either. He's one game more experienced, but I don't make much of it anything more than that. He's got one game more of experience. Not a lot from Anthony Richardson for me. Alternatively, for the Jaguars are officially a Super Bowl caliber team. The pieces are there. Star quarterback? Check. Super Bowl winning head coach? Check. Inexpensive running back, that's really good because that is important. Check. Weapons all over the place. Check. Pass rush. Check. They sacked Anthony Richardson like 4 times. What's not to like about this team? They are absolutely within the Super Bowl bubble, and they're the only team from the AFC, I would say, that played well this week. The Chiefs didn't look great. The Chargers and Dolphins both played really poorly on defense, and the Bengals got curb stomped. They deserve to be the early Super Bowl favorites right now as of week 1. I don't want to make that all being said. I don't want to make too much of the fact that they beat a rookie quarterback in his first start, but there was a lot to like here for the Jaguars. The Calvin Ridley trade looks like a slam dunk. Josh Allen, the linebacker, had 3 sacks. The Jaguars defense held the Colts to only 14 points. And they're showing impressive maturity and learning to win. This was a close game up until about 5 minutes or so left in the fourth quarter, where they were down, I want to say, about 3 points. Then the Jaguars defense got a turnover, and when it was time to go close out the game at that moment, the Jaguars offense stepped it up after a sluggish second half, and they closed it out. That was a really good win for the Jaguars to open up this season. However, if the Jaguars have an undoing, it's going to be their offensive line. They did not look great during spurts of this game. I believe somewhat to a point that it was because DeForest Buckner, the defensive lineman for the Colts, was just freaking unblockable this game. He was not to be outdone this game. And not every game they play is going to have a player like that having a game like that. But the Jaguars do have a lot of really good pass rushes on their schedule and some really good defensive coaches on their schedule. So that has to be a concern. But that being said, fucking Joe Burrow took the worst offensive line ever to the Super Bowl. So what the fuck do I know? So the Jaguars, they look like early Super Bowl favorites and early Super Bowl contenders coming out of the AFC. So that's it. That's my show. Thank you guys for listening. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, hit me with that follow. Hit me with a little 5-star rating up there in the top left. I'm pointing to it, but you can't see it because you're listening. All right, everybody. Take care.